Welcome guys. This video I'm going to show you how to tie the ultimate snapper rig in under 60 seconds. But before we get to that stage, I'm just going to give you a little bit of a backdrop about the rig and the gear we used and how it come to be. Okay, as a kid I got taught this little rig from my uncle. He's right down south, he's in Victoria. He showed me this as a kid for snapper. It's very quick and very simple and easy, and it works a treat. And throughout the years I've used it a bit, but it wasn't until around about 20 years ago roughly, that it really came into its own. And myself and the guy I used to fish with at that time, by the name who was Raph, a lot of guys would know who Raph is, especially down south, we realised how good this rig really was. And we used it throughout the years of Raph and I fished together for many years, and we got well known for catching a lot of large snapper and jewies, cobia and everything else, but this is about snapper. We got well known catching a lot of snapper before work, and we both used to work at the same tackle shop on the Gold Coast. We used to take the fish into the freezers, put them in the freezers for people to see. And this rig come to play many a times. I will show you how to tie it very soon. It is very quick. But before we get to the rig, I'm just going to show you the gear, how we used to do it back then. And I'm pretty sure Raph's still down the Gold Coast now. I'm pretty sure he's still fishing and still chasing snapper. I haven't talked to him for a little while. And I bet you if you know him, go and ask him if he uses this rig. I bet you he says he still uses it, because it is a cracking rig. And it's so simple and it's so quick. Okay? So how we used to fish years ago. We used to do your normal float lining. Well, Raph and I were float lining back then. We used to run two outfits. So we both have a bait runner system on the boat, one each. And we both had a bait caster, one each. This is how we fished. We had exactly the same gear. Oh, both had bait casters, both had bait runners. Whole idea, we had the bait runners. We put them with a slightly lighter sinker, like a 000 or a 00, depending on the current. It's a lighter sinker on. Put our special bait on, which I've talked about in other videos. Okay, once again, all you guys know is yakka, because we used to chase big fish, and yakkas used to be the bait of choice. Cut in half yakkas, and it suits the rig I'm about to show you shortly very well. So we had bait runners with slightly smaller sinkers, and what we used to do is anchor on the spot. We used to find the spot we wanted to anchor on, and we'd anchor. Back in the old day we had to use an anchor, not spot lock but anchors. And bait runners would cast, once we're anchored, we'll cast up current, rip a heap of line off the reels, put the reels in the back rod holder, bait runner system on, heap of line just in the water, and just let the bait slowly float down through the water column. Meanwhile, we'll have a bait caster on our hand. Once again, both float lining rigs, and so we had 4 float liners out, 2 of us on the boat with 4 float liners. Not an easy task if you're not used to float lining, okay? We both knew our stuff and knew how to do it, and we never got tangled. Very rarely got tangled. With 4 float liners out. So we both had a bait runner out, each one on either side, throw it up current, let them sink down. A bit lighter sinker, so I was sinking very slowly out the back. The bait casters we had 1 each, okay? Same sort of rig, float lining, but we'll go slightly bigger sinker. So the bait casters we used to drop at the back of the boat and let the baits go down, okay, at the back of the boat with a slightly bigger sinker. So they were fishing a bit deeper, quite a bit faster, and the bait runners are drifting out the back, just slowly going down, slowly. Okay, with this rig. So we fish that both the same way. Two bait runners out in the corners, a bait caster each, and stand there float lining. Okay, with a couple of different sinker sizes. With, once again, old school, just normal everyday float lining rig. Just put a float lining rig on and just go for it. That's what we used to do. But we found, when we found a patch of fish and good fish, and if something happened, we lost a hook or the rigs were munched up and we didn't trust them on the next big fish, what we done was we made this rig very quickly so we wouldn't lose any fishing time. Okay, so you ready guys? You wanted to learn how to use this rig? Like I said, if you know Raph, go and ask him. He uses it, I bet you he still uses it today. So if you break off or you want to change your rig and the fish is on, doesn't matter if the fish are squire, because you float lining, catch squire, catch large fish, but we used to target large fish. And say we didn't lose too many rigs, so our rigs were damaged from fish, from teeth, and we knew they were still on, and we didn't want to miss fishing time. So once again, here's the rig. under 60 seconds. Watch. So, it's a flatlining rig. So you want your 2 hooks. Once again, 5/0s. I always talk about 5/0s. And you want your small sinker. I haven't got too small a sinker, but that'll do. This is just demonstration. So sinker, 2 hooks. So you got your leader already on your rod. So what we're going to do is we're going to put your sinker on. Very quick, very simple. There's no dressing this rig up, no beads, no nothing, okay? What we're going to do second is put the first hook on. But what we want to do is go from the top of the eye down. You can see the line going through the shank there, straight down. You're not tying that on. That's it, okay? Now, next hook, bottom hook. Just going to tie on. You can use a blade knot, uni knot, whatever knot you tie, it doesn't matter, as long as it holds. Good knot. So I'm just going to tie a uni, as I always tie unis. Okay. Wet it down, slide it down. There, your rig's made. And that was well and truly under 60 seconds, and I was only going slow. So there's your rig. Okay. Looks a bit confusing at the moment, that's why I went and I've got a plastic here to show you guys. So there's your rig. You got your sinker, you got a sliding hook, and you got your main hook. When the fish are on, they're very, very quick, and you know I've talked about the baits. We used to use yakkers mainly for chasing big fish. We'll cut them like so. So pretend that tail's not there, okay? Just the tail's not there, it's cut off. So with your bottom hook, the same way I showed you before, guys, we just go lightly under the skin with your second hook. It's a bit harder on the rubber. So that hook will be sitting like so out of the flesh, right? Understand? Very simple. This top hook, the one that's sliding, what we do is we bring it down till it's about just above the nose like so. Okay, just a little bit above the nose. Now, just twist. Like that, twist it up. It's probably one too many times. And now you can see it's pulled down closer to the fish. Now that one used to go through the front of the nose. And that's how that works. You can see that, like that. That's it. You're done. Remember, and we'll drop that over the side, keep fishing. How quick and simple is that? And the amount of big snapper this thing has caught over the years, unbelievable. People look at you and they think, well, it's going to break off the pressure wrapped around the hook. Surprisingly, guys, it doesn't. We've never had one break. And 9 times out of 10, the fish is caught on this hook. That one actually unravels. That one, when you get to the fish of the boat, it's sliding up and down your line. It's not wrapped up, very rarely. And if it is, it doesn't break. So that's it. So then there's your bait. There's a flatlining rig. Pretend that's a yakka or a slimy or something. No tail. One hook's facing one way, as I always talk. The other hook's coming the other way. So 2 hooks are they're separate. One up, one down. Sinker there. That's just wrapped up. There's no fancy snell. There's no dressing up. There's no beads. So when you're in a hurry, this rig is a lifesaver. It's very quick, it's very simple, and it works an absolute treat. Okay? That's all I wanted to show you guys. I just wanted to show you a quick fishing rig under 60 seconds, especially when the fish are on. You haven't got time for all the fluff and tying a heap of knots, and just tie one knot, uni knot, slide the sinker on, slide the top hook on, just do half a dozen wraps or 5 wraps, and rig it up like you normally would. Just think that was snelled, put it through the nose, that one down there, just under the skin like so. That's it. Drop it over the side, start flatlining. It's quick, it's easy, and you don't miss out on bite time. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed that one. Once again, if you like what I do with the videos, please subscribe, as it does help the channel out. Hit the thumbs up button, give me a like if you like them. Comment, ask me questions. A lot of people are starting to ask me a few more questions now. I'm back into doing more tips and tricks while we're waiting for the weather and trying to sort out the new boat for early the next year. Plenty more tips and tricks to come, guys. Hope you enjoy, and I'll see you again soon. Thanks, guys.